Hey, hey, hey. Oh, shoot. Mm, shit. Ran my Coke over. I'm not paying attention. I'm not looking at my cup. Oh, hello, all you fine people. Hold on. Oh, I gotta raise my chair up a little bit. Okay. Is Gina still in here? Miss Gina Diamond. Gina Diamond. Okay. Okay. Okay, you guys. Hold up. Wait a minute. Put my lid on. Okay, let me see. Back. What is it? Back up, hipster. Keeping up with the KP. Keeping up with the KP on the DL. Let me clean my glasses so I can see. Um, out of it. But how are you guys? I want to tell y'all what I've been doing. Well, I went to my mom's for the reunion. We had a little family reunion. Had a small turnout. We had like 39 people show up, which it was. Well, my mom's had a lot of siblings pass away in the last couple of years, so it's that part of it shrunk. But they have kids that have kids that have kids. Anyway, we had about 39 people there, if I counted right, and we had people from out of town that couldn't make it, and people from in town that couldn't make it. So anyway, we set the date for next year, a year in advance, and this is the first year that I kind of co-hosted it with my cousin. Hey, Crimes and Faith. Listen, I never got your. I don't know where you put your phone number at, Sugar Pie. So email me or Gina Diamond. I don't know if you're whose number, but anyway, give somebody your number or email me barnyardhard at Gmail and just drop your digits there because I really, really want to talk to you. Uh, I don't have a Google phone, but girl, I got no problem giving you my number. Hey, Peas, let me look on here. Rachel, 1956. Hello, real angel girl. Hey, hey, hey. Freestyle. Oh, free side. Uh, Lisa, I just love you. I think you're so classy, and this is tough. What's going on? It's really, really tough. For all. I think it's hard to wrap your mind around. I've like reflected on um things that's happened in the questions I've asked, um and I try to like say, does this have, should it have been a sign? Should I look? I've said in my title, two of the hardest things I think is um standing in your own shit. And that's like one of the hardest things to do is taking accountability when you screwed up and when you like screwed the pooch. It's hard to do it, especially when you've hurt people and you're ashamed of yourself already. Sometimes our own shame, I think, gets in front of us doing what the right thing is, and standing in it. And I'm gonna tell you something. Every time in my life that I've screwed up, and I have screwed up a time or two, when I stand in it, when you freaking stand in that shit and it freaking hits you in the face and the smell hits you in the face, and you recollect on what you've done and the choices you make, why you made the choices, because we all, I don't think we intentionally set out to be freaking shitty ass people. I I think that life gets in the way. We have weak moments. There's circumstances in our lives, sometimes people in our lives that make us do things that are out of character. And then there is some people that just are damn vile and mean and cruel, and that's who they are. They were born like that. And those people I can't do anything about. But if I've invested some time in you and enough to where we become acquaintances, and I feel like we're, whether we proclaim to be friends or not, I don't go around usually being acquaintances with people that I wouldn't be friends with, like involving in my day to day life that I wouldn't be friends with. So, I mean, I don't I choose to be around people that I like to be around, that like to be around me. I don't like being around somebody that, I'm not for everybody. I get that. I am not for everybody. I 100% get it. Sometimes I'm not even sure I can handle myself, but I understand. And that's okay. That's really okay. I have a much more respect for you than if you can be real with me and not be fake and act like you like me to my face and turn around and talk shit about me behind my back, because I'm not going to do that. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to come to you and we're going to talk about it, because that's real and truthfully, that's the way to handle things up front. And it's hard sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to do that. It's damn hard sometimes to do that. But in the long run, and when it's all over and done with, you feel better. The other person, I mean, you can't lose by being honest. You know, you can't go wrong by being honest with yourself and with people in your life. And it's so much easier to remember the freaking truth than try to keep up with lies and deceit and shit like that, man. It's just so much easier to be sincere, be genuine. Because I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna always get me. I always, whether it's good or bad, you're gonna get me, because I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass, And the kind of friend I am is the kind of friend that I want. So I try to be like I want. I call you on your bullshit. I tell you I don't think that's cool. You know, and look, everybody's entitled to their own deal. You're the one that has to lay down at night and be good with life. But it's just so complicated when we've invested so much time in someone that we, you almost maybe have a false perception of who someone is whenever you see somebody. And not, yeah, I say see somebody, but you know what I mean. Like you hang out with somebody in the streets or whatever. I think we maybe build people up to be something that they can't live up to, and maybe we want them to be better than what they are. But we're all human. We all make mistakes, and I reserved my opinion until I had a chance to look into stuff myself. I was shocked. I was surprised whenever I saw and heard what had happened and what was going on. And I have questions, and nobody owes me, Hills don't owe me any explanation. She doesn't owe me a damn thing. But when you come into a community, or you come in and you weave yourself into people's lives, then I think should want to give someone an explanation. You know, the sloppy mollies of the world don't stand in their own shit. They never do anything wrong. They don't, they're always right. They're never wrong. They don't own up to their shit. You know what I mean? That's the sloppy mollies in the world. And I absolutely did not think and don't think that Hills is a sloppy molly. But I'm not down with racist. And when facts hit you in the face, when they are what they are, I'm all about giving somebody a second chance and, um, listening to you and your explanation or whatever, if you feel the need to give it. But when you double down and you don't own your shit and you gaslight people, that's not cool. That is insulting the intelligence of every one of these subs and other creators that you have aligned yourself with for several years. And that's one of the rudest things you can do, is insult someone's intelligence, even if they don't have much intelligence. To insult what they do, it's freaking jacked up. And I think we all deserve better. So, I'm like, I want to, I think about what will it be like around here without Hills? What would these streets be like? Because she's done good. She's regardless of what she's done in her past, I think she's done good. I think she has been a positive rather than a negative. But oh gosh, it's so, man, I don't want to talk about both sides of my mouth. I so don't want to talk about both sides of my mouth, but I feel like I am. It's just, I just wish, Hills, that you would, it's past the point of you being doxxed. It's past the point of you trying to keep your, I don't care what your real name is. I could give a rat's ass what your real name is. I don't care. But what I do care about are the things that I've seen in black and white, especially when you yourself have ridiculed others for doing what you're guilty of. You know, I mean, so to me, the easiest thing or the best thing was take a few days, and I think you did. And I think you knew this was coming. I don't know why it come out like it did and played out. I guess people, to show you that with this community, how forgiving and how much we want to believe in the good in people, to show you how much that is. I've heard several creators and several people say that they were told about this, months ago, but because of the source, I guess, that it come from, and because of the person that it was about, they chose to ignore what was told to them and to basically turn a blind eye, not to look into it. You know, so that shows you that there is a lot of good people in this community, forgiving people that want to see the good. And so when you're given that grace on top of you know people being hesitant to call you out, it's not about you having to out yourself, because I'm all about people keeping their anonymity and not giving people your real, I'm all about that if that's what you choose to do. But I know so many people, myself included, that come to this platform with their real name. I didn't know any better. um, because when I started my YouTube, when you create your YouTube channel, never did I think that I would have a channel, that I would ever go, I didn't know where my path was going to lead me. So, but when I started seeing things, then I changed it. But just because, I mean, look, we've all probably looked on Facebook and looked for some, I don't know. I'm not saying go real life, but I know the things that I've heard is that I don't want to be dogs. I don't want people in my real life. Well, Hills, you went into someone's real life as far as getting a birth certificate. Maybe you didn't do it yourself, but you took the information that was given to you and used it. So, you get what you give, and you can't have it both ways. Let me see what people are saying in the chat. Hey, Mom's Jeans, Ninja Orchid, Cashmere 75. How are you guys doing? Patty, hey, babe. Exactly, Patty. If you've not, yeah, I don't think that so many of us would have invested our time. Wouldn't have invested. Well, we wouldn't have wanted her in our fold. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. I just know that. Hey, call me Frenchie Knob. I hope you're doing well, doll. Are you still working the new part of the job that you were working at? And I'm gonna go look. One Eyed Flo, what up? Keeping up with KP. So Lilu, hey, One Eyed Flo, Lisa Schenkel. I'm gonna go back and read chat, you guys. Oops. But I just want to, like, this has like been really, I know it, to the people that are close to her, Lisa and others, that are much closer to her than, I mean, I like her and everything. I know you guys are hurt and confused and all that, and I get it. I get it. It sucks ass, and unfortunately, it's not the first time that I. Hey, Miss Lee, it's not the first time that I've been let down, and I have a really, really strong feeling that it's not going to be the last. You know what I mean? I don't. I don't know. It's just a shame. But I can tell you this: whenever that shit happened to me with Sloppy Molly, you guys, I can honestly say this: that's when I knew there was a hell of a lot more good than there was bad around here, because the people that supported me and stood with me, Tally Girl, hello, hello. Uh, I appreciate so much. And, it definitely helped restore my faith in humanity, to have so many people stand up and for what was right, and then there's some that was okay with what she done, and they chose to stay over there and support her, and that's okay too. That's who they are as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, this is my question. I think that there was some history there. Oh, it's okay, doll. That's okay. I'll hold it back at you. I was driving home from my mom's, and so I thought we would catch up, and was going to tell you about when I was going to mail your stuff to you. But I think there's some history there with JLR and her. I do. I'm going to say this, and you guys may think that I'm being paranoid. Maybe it's conspiracy theory or what. Um, I don't know, but I'm here to tell you guys that there's more. I do think that JLR and all that, I do think that they tried to out her. I do. I absolutely believe that. Um, but just trust and believe me when I tell you guys this. Sloppy Molly didn't just go away mad. The bitch just didn't go away mad. You can bet that she is behind the scenes working her magic, if you call her black magic or whatever she calls it. Trust and believe that, because people like her, they just don't go away. They're revengeful people, and she will do whatever it takes, even if she's not here to see it, just to know that she hurt somebody. Now, goes back to her not accepting responsibility, because that bitch deserved to lose her channel. If you know anything about her, she deserved to lose her channels. She deserved to be kicked off this platform. She did it to herself. She has nobody but herself to blame for what happened to her. And so rather than stand in it and suck it up and reflect, how many times do you have friends that walk away from you for a lot of the same reasons in a short amount of time? When does it become evident to someone that you need to reflect and try to see what's going on? Is it them? Can all these people be wrong? Can all these people be shitheads? Can they all be trash and low lives? Or do you do a little self-reflection? Because I'm going to tell you, if I was an acquaintance with someone or friends with someone, and I saw their life playing out, and they were like losing for every time I talked to them, they were like pissed off at somebody that was a good friend at one point, I would say to that person, what the hell are you doing? What's up with you? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't Adrian, or, well, I know why he didn't, because two peas in a pod, baby, they belong together. But why wouldn't someone that was close to her, that had her best interest? Because, I'm looking out for, look, you need to do some self-reflecting. If you can't pick any better friends than that, you know what I mean? Because all these people can't be wrong. So anyway, I got sidetracked there. She's not going to go away. So she throws JLR's name out there like he is a paid hitman, an assassin for her. Like she has a paid assassin in her damn back pocket. She does. She throws it out there. And you can bet that Daddy Justice is in on it. Lara has always got her hands in it. You know what I mean? If it's going to keep her in Sloppy Molly's good graces, or what she thinks is her good graces, she's in. Okay? Because we know that Laura, she can go either way. She's very flexible when it comes to that. So she is probably behind a lot of this. And look, I remember one time I was live probably about, I don't know, 9 months ago, and Hills was in my chat, and we were chatting, and I don't know what we were talking about, but I remember it was a fun. I enjoyed that live so much. We were talking about all kinds of things, and I asked her. I said, Hills, did sloppy never strike you? Because we were talking about the Kool-Aid channel, if I'm not mistaken. I said, so sloppy never struck you? And I remember that asking her that because I had to ask her like 4 times because I kept forgetting to look at damn chat to see if she answered me. And there was some, I was just doing other things. I think I was cooking that day also, but I remember having to ask her several times. And I finally felt so bad about having to ask her so many times that I like, okay, bitch, pay attention and read chat and wait for her. And I remember like just solely looking to see what her response was. And she said no. And I just find that odd. I do. I find that odd. I'm not saying that Hills had anything to do, that they were behind the scenes or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way she was so trigger happy on pulling the trigger on the Kool-Aid channel and other people, other channels, other clip channels. I don't know why Hills was exempt. But she never really talked about Hills in a negative way either. So, did JLR and Hills have some history? I think they did, because when that stuff was going on with oh shoot, Unirock, Hills knew that that wasn't maybe or was JLR's pattern. She was aware of his moves and how he would react to a situation, how he would so I think there's some history there. I think there and I'm not look, I don't care if there's history there or not. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying sloppy will stop at nothing, and she don't care. You know what I mean? I think it's sad whenever you have someone that throws a little green or whatever down to someone to have them do dirty work for them. And she's all about that. Lord knows we've seen it time and time again, her throwing some money down to get somebody to do something for her that she didn't want to dirty her hands for. Don't think that has stopped or changed, because I promise you it hasn't. Oh, thank you, Gina Diamond. Thank you. Oh, let's see here. One-eyed Flo. Hey, but I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, you guys read it. Research, right? I don't think anybody would have researched. I think JLR knew, because I think they've, they have been in the same streets, enough to where they knew. And I think, I can think whatever I want to think. Doesn't mean that it's right, but I just know that the things that I saw and the memes and the cartoons and stuff that I saw were very, very offensive. I can imagine how they feel to people that are not white, people of another color. I can imagine. And look, guys, I was born and raised here in the South, where my not necessarily my grandparents, I don't even remember my grandparents, but it was very common to be racist around here. I hate to say it. I mean, my God, look what happened to Rasheen Carter. # justice for Rasheen. Look what happened to him in the town that I was raised in. I mean, it's still, you know what I mean? I look at some of the articles that on that case about how they hunt Afro-Americans in the town. I can't even, it's hard for me to even say that. It's embarrassing, and it's so hard for me to even say, but I understand why people would feel like that and why people think that. I understand, because it's not good what happened. And it was a freaking major cover up as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's still ongoing, but one thing I did find very interesting was in the video that I watched, the interview that Hills was doing. She says that she's like followed Ben Crump. That was interesting. If you guys know, he is Rasheen Carter's mother's attorney, and he is an activist. And I just thought that was so convoluted. That was strange. That was weird. But I'm Singer Gal. It is. Singer Gal, you absolutely, hey, Nata 04, hey, it absolutely is. And it's so, Lavender Sunday, hello, babe. Eva Queen, hey, everybody. Blank Screen, hey, doll. Everybody that I haven't, Fuchsia Flower, I haven't spoken to, hello. I can't see without my glasses on. So, and if I look and reach out, I get, sidetracked. But it is gross when I flow. It's gross. It's freaking uncalled for. You know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The color of my blood is the same color of everybody else's blood, and it's not cool to do somebody like that, to talk about somebody like that, to even feel like that. And if you cannot tell me that if you are acting like that, that people that are that look up to you, that are seeing, small people, that they don't like it, it affects everybody. Whenever it's not just the people that you're being freaking vile to, but the people that are looking to you for guidance, or maybe, for admiration or whatever. It's just not right. It's not right, and it shouldn't be freaking happening. And it pisses me off to know that we are in the year that we're in, and shit like this is still happening. It pisses me off. It's embarrassing. It makes me ashamed of my own skin color, and it's freaking just not right, man. And no matter how you want to look at what's happened, Hills doubled down, and she is cool with what she stands behind, what she said, and I'm not okay with that. Not okay with it. Cannot get beside that. And I do, part of me wishes that maybe there is, some reason why she can't strike a live up or go on somebody's panel and explain herself and have a good explanation for it. I'm not going to tell you guys, there's not part of that. But as more time goes by and more things that I see, that's dwindling, man. That's dwindling, And when I do see stuff that she says, it's not fucking cool, man. She's like freaking doubling down or justifying her own actions and being okay. So when I see that kind of stuff, and then all I want is all I want from her is just a freaking, straighten it out, man. But if that's who she is, and that's who she is, you guys, we just need to accept it. Hey, Lucy's World, is Kay out of surgery yet? I am too. I'm sorry for those people that are hurt. And it's just, I know she will, Lucy's World. I know she will. But, the little bit that she has said hasn't, okay, good deal, hasn't freaking been very beneficial, Sooner gal, I agree, because look, this is, to me, it's not anything like the Diane situation, the St. Jude. It's not. But if Diane, most of us are forgiving people. I mean, I know I try to forgive, and all the instances that I can if something's done toward me, because not for that person, but for myself. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to tote around negative, hateful shit. You know what I mean? Life is too short to go through life carrying that kind of shit around, that kind of, yucky feeling. I don't want to. I like happiness. I like good feelings. And, I think we should forgive. But the longer it goes, and if Diane had just come back and said a few things, it would have been a lot better. And I just think the longer she goes, because, Queen Bee herself calls it a frivolous lawsuit, so, and I don't think that, people are saying that they did the lawsuit just to be able to dox her. Okay, they could have done that without a lawsuit. JLR could have done that. I mean, just, you guys just remember that I said this. There is more behind the scenes shit with this than what we see right now. I can guarantee you, Sloppy Molly and her nasty ass boobs have got her hands in this. But it doesn't change what we've seen and heard. That doesn't change. It doesn't matter who's behind it. It doesn't matter how it got out. It doesn't change the facts. And I just hope that, she's not too late to uh, save the relationships that or friendships or whatever she wants to call acquaintances that she's had in this community. I I frankly don't know what she could say to, unless she can prove that it's not her, you guys. The only way I can see any way of this being okay is that if she can prove that it's not her. If she can prove without a shadow of a doubt that that's not her, that those cartoons, the harassing the family, if she can prove that that is not her, then we're talking about a whole different story here. But it seems like she's owned some of the stuff that's going to be make it kind of impossible to prove that it's not her. I waited a long time to come back to YouTube, and people went real. Oh, let me see what that was. Oh, where was that at? I waited a long time. Okay, I waited a long time to come back to YouTube, and people went real life on me. And worse, YouTube can be very dangerous. Yes, it can, sugar. Yes, it can. Absolutely, it can. And it's sad that we hang out with some people. That we hang out with some of the people that we hang out with. It's people can be tricky. People can be like catfishes. You know what I mean? Put on it, act like they're something they're not. And why do that? You know what I mean? Why do that, man? Just be freaking real. Be on your shit. Because I'm gonna tell you guys, if you stand in your own shit and you smell it and it squirts between your toes and all that nastiness and shit, chances are of you repeating that whatever it was, or they're going to be very slim. You know what I mean? And that's hard to do. And the other thing I said in my thing was finding forgiveness for yourself. But before you find forgiveness for yourself, you need to ask the people that you've offended for forgiveness. And forgiving yourself should be the last thing. And it's always the hardest, I believe. Finding forgiveness for yourself. It's very difficult, but it's easier when you stand in your own stuff, you own it, and you make a pledge to yourself that you're going to do better next time. When you know better, you do better. You're going to do better next time, and you're not going to make that same mistake again. That comes with a reward of being able to forgive yourself. You know what I mean? They go hand in hand. So before you can forgive somebody, though, they would have to ask for forgiveness and want your forgiveness. That's what I think we're missing here. I don't think we're look, if Hills has known this was coming down the pipeline for a month or 2 weeks or however long she's known, she's had plenty of time to put out what she needed to, as far as I'm concerned, and at least come up with some better comebacks than what she's had. Well, this is the way it is, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Really? That's how you really? That's not okay. Don't be so dismissive whenever you've got egg on your face. You shouldn't be so dismissive. And I'm not holding other people responsible that she's like, I don't think this reflects on nobody but her. And if there's nothing to reflect on, and it's her, not her, then thank goodness, praise the Lord that wasn't her, and thank the Lord. Then that will solve a lot of issues and fix a lot of hurt feelings. But if it is her, then it's a whole different story. She is named in the damn lawsuit as Queen Bee, the same reason Queen Bee can't address it. Yeah, she is named. So and that's such a bullshit lawsuit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know the details of it or whatever. I just think it's bull crap. But you know, and that has nothing to do. The lawsuit, you guys, has nothing to do with what we're talking about. This what we are reacting to, and that we're wanting some clarity on, are the things that we've seen and heard that was in the vlog. You know what I mean? That's what we all want. It has nothing to do with the lawsuit. Nothing to do with it. That just happens to be a factor. Uh, okay, I don't know what's going on with Crumbs of Fashion. Let me see if I can catch up. Slow flow, mama. Hello, leave it to Bieber. Hey, 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 hey. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. Zena with fire. Hey, babe. Uh, God does load the ugly, babe. And we have all made mistakes, man. I mean, you know, so none of us are perfect. And I don't think, none of us expect other people to be perfect. Let's see. Thanks you all for coming in. I appreciate it. I've got to catch Crimes and Fashions last upload. I haven't been able to catch it. This is what I've been doing. Let me show y'all what I've been doing. Ooh, I've been canning tomatoes. Aren't they beautiful? I bought I don't know how many they were. It was 2 5-gallon buckets of them when I went up to my mom's, and some of them could have ripened a little bit more, but anyway, that's what I've been doing is canning. And I've got one more thing. I've got, well, 2 more things. I'm making some pasta sauce, and I'm making some picante. I don't do the I do I think it's called open kettle or open kettle. I don't know. I cook my stuff on the stove, and then I put it in the hot jars. It's not the pressure or the water bath. It's the open, whatever it's called. But that's what I do. So, and when I do that, you can't add anything to it. I would love to have put some jalapenos or peppers in the tomatoes, but it changes the pH balance, and then you have to do a different canning, a different way of canning it. So I wanted to do it the way that I do it, the easy way. Hey Pugs, what up, baby? Hey Bama Beauty. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, she's out of. I saw where Brad said that she had like 5 hours they were going to keep her before they let her come home. Mom. Uh, yeah, that's what I said, Senator Gal. What does the lawsuit have to do with what we're talking about? With what's going on? I mean, what does the lawsuit have to do with that? Really and truthfully, they're not correlated in any way that I can see. The only correlation is maybe the people behind the lawsuit are also, uh, you know, have issues with what, you know what I mean? But as far as what we're reacting to, has nothing to do with it. At 6 tonight. Okay. It's so hot. So I usually, okay, so last year and the year before that, when we did tomatoes, my mom likes to do the juice. And you guys, it's just a lot of waste, if you ask me. And it's a lot of damn work. I like to have some meat in my, because there's plenty of juice in here. There's plenty of juice, and there's some chunks in there. But the only thing is, some people don't like the seeds. And doing it like this, you get seeds. But I don't ever de-seed my tomatoes anyway. So anyway, the way my mom does it, there's not a whole lot of seed because you strain that stuff out, the pulp and stuff. But if you, I know, look, when I, was growing up, I couldn't wait to get the hell out of here. I couldn't wait to get out of this, I used to call it God-forsaken place, because I was raised on a farm. We had 80 acres, and it was, we farmed and we raised cattle and all that. So, but I so appreciate, man, I love nothing more than to get me a big old metal pan, and fill it up with butter beans and peas and have to shell. I love nothing more than doing that now. But growing up, I didn't like doing it. But to me, this tastes so good, man. I had some that wouldn't fill a jar. So I'm going to make some soup with it for my husband. And then I made tomato gravy, red eye gravy. for his breakfast this morning. Uh, and some biscuits. Uh, my mom, I don't know, she used to, we, always can and put up stuff. We still have stuff that she's preserved and canned, but she was telling me, she's like, well, when I put up tomatoes, and I don't do just the juice, I just put them in a Ziploc. I don't like it like that because, it starts to get freezer burn and I just don't like, and I have picked up a bag out of the freezer that my mom's done like that. And the bag's been like, where it starts to kind of like the acid, I guess, kind of, excuse me, starts to kind of like make the bag get sticky. Caca, I can't stand sticky. Red eye gravy. Yes, I love that. Love it. Yes, you do, Gina. Yes, you do. Yes, like I said, I love to can. But I'm going to make some salsa and some pasta, and then I'll be through. And it's hard work. I mean, shit, that's hard work standing in there, but it's so rewarding and worth it. And we know her identity. She's signing posts with her actual initials. Oh, so much as that I hate docs. And I said, yeah, I mean, like, you know, like I said, I don't care what her name is. Could care less about her name. You know what I mean? I don't care. I just, you know, like everybody here, I'm not down with being racist. And, when you jump on a bandwagon and you down others for doing things that you yourself have done, you got to there needs to be some accountability. Truth seeker. Hello, babe. Hello. It is very sad. Listen, I got so emotional yesterday. I've known like Blank Slate. I love me some Blank Slate. Blank Slate has been on my panel before when I first started doing live. She's like one come up with Mallory. And, uh, you know, when I heard her voice, when she called or went up on panel yesterday on her lunch break, it made me so sad. It just like really, that was just a small part of how it's affected so many people. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't believe it, and I tried to hold out as much, um, you know, as much, faith as I could, but I'm with you, Truth Seeker. I just can't. And she's had plenty of time to at least say enough or give us enough that would make it worth waiting for. You know what I mean? If you can't talk about it or whatever, there's some whatever, at least clear it up enough. At least have enough respect for the people that you wanted respect from the people that looked up to you, the people that supported your channel, the people that was there whenever you went, did your videos and thumbed up your videos. Have enough respect for them than to do like you've done. Don't be so dismissive of everybody's feelings, because let me tell you something. Without these people's feelings and all these people that have these feelings, without these people, then your ass wouldn't have been nothing. You would have had to go to, I mean, it is what it is, so uh be freaking grateful, man. And there's so much bad shit in these streets and bad crowd. And Laura, Laura, she's just freaking ridiculous. That's all I can say. I feel bad even dressing her down, because she is just, she's ridiculous. Laura goes whichever way Sloppy Molly tells her to go. You know what I mean? Laura's just Laura, and you can't, for sure, you cannot set your clock to her. That's for sure. I don't even really, I don't listen to her. Somebody sends me something, if she's talking about me, then I sometimes may address it, but I don't even worry about it. Laura, you know what I mean? She's silly. She's silly. I know, Evil Queen. I wish he had just went up and look. Uh, Laura did, but see, that's Sooner Gal. That's Laura. Hey, Susan, that's Laura. Okay. Hello, everybody. I can't tell you because I hate Susan. Don't you hate that when you're on your damn phone I hate tagging on my phone too. It takes forever to do. You got to do that. You know what I mean? It's just a pain in the butt. So I hate that. But what was I going to say? It'll come to me, and I'm not even stoned. um, it is sad, Brittany. It is. Oh, Center Gal was saying, yeah, made her feel of herself. Well, girl, let me just tell you, that's par for the course for Laura. But that's how Laura is. Laura thinks that uh, if if she's talked shit about you, and she's done that, you know, she's talked crap about me, went on other people's channels and talked about, you know, how I was like addicted to, like, hung up on Sloppy Molly and obsessed with her and all that shit. Not to mention that I had done numerous videos, different videos of different things since Sloppy left the platform, and had not really talked about Sloppy very much because I'm quite frankly glad you're gone, glad she's gone. But for her to say that I'm obsessed with Sloppy Molly shows you that, first of all, she hasn't looked at any of my videos or my channel, and she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. All she's going off of is what Sloppy Molly's told her. That's all she's going off of, or what somebody else has told her. You know, she doesn't know what she's talking about, and but she can do that. She can talk about, like, so for instance, when Alicia took her up on her truce, you know, and she immediately went on panel, or got up on panel or whatever. Well, I go up, you know, to talk to her about the whole situation. And I said, look, just quit going around talking about me. Quit going around trying to make me look like something I'm not. Quit saying that I'm obsessed, because I'm not. Quit saying that, you know, that I have issues and that I'm the only, you know, I'm keeping this crap going, because I'm not. So stop it. And she's like, I haven't done anything. Yeah, bitch, you just did yesterday. I mean, or hello. Can I slap you around and it'll make you? Yeah, you did. You are, Laura. You are, you know, talking crap on me, and you don't even know what you're talking about. Have no idea what you're talking about. So don't say that. Anyway, I find it hard to even talk to someone like that. I don't deal with stupid very well, you guys, and she's ate up with it. I'm just telling you, she had hit every limb on that stupid tree. She's ate up with it, and I find it a little bit like picking on somebody that I shouldn't be picking. You know what I mean? I don't want to have that on my hands. Oh, Lord. Right. Well, because she took that as an opportunity, Senator Gal. She took that as an opportunity to, I don't know, to get up there and, well, you know, you have to remember also, she is, sorry, she is, uh, you know, helping Sloppy Molly do her dirty work. So you need to remember that. So anywhere she can go, you know, she gets herself up on that panel, and you know, that's what I'm saying. She can't even decipher, because if I've got a dealio with you, if you and I have a dealio together, or against each other, and we've got things that need to be worked out, or we have decided that we don't like each other, I'm not going to hop on your panel or go around you and act like things are good with us. Because if we can't be kind to each other, and, you know, we don't like each other, I'm not going to be all cheerful and shit when, you know, it's hate bonding almost, like, you know, oh, well, I can join panel now because we've got the same, you know, we're hating on heels together. We've got the same goal. No, that wasn't what was going on Deets to start with. It wasn't a hate bash on heels, but she was taking that opportunity as a way to slide her little slithering ass in, and hopefully, I don't know, get a few little brownie points from it. You know what I mean? That's, you know, knowing that knowing that the majority of people up there don't like her. I don't know how Deets feels about her, but you know, she didn't care. That's called oblivion. Oblivion. She is oblivious to life. She's oblivious to, like, reactions and how you're supposed to act. If she's oblivious to it. And I'm going to touch on Science Girl Alicia for a minute. You know, you guys, I don't know if y'all know that she's left again. She's deleted her channel last week, and I've told her several times before. She knows how I feel about it. I wish that she hadn't. And I've told her several times, look, if you get to the point where you feel like you need to take a break, don't delete your channel and have to start over. Just call me and I will talk you off the ledge and then take a break and come back so you don't have to start over. So, of course, she tells me after she's deleted her channel. And, um, you know, the truth and Wendy V, and I'm not going to throw other people in it because that's the two main ones that come to my mind right now. They like to push. As a matter of fact, Wendy V has said that she does, she can't wait. She's just doing this to try to see how far they can push Alicia, how hard they can push her buttons, and they like it when she deletes her channel. They like that. They're proud of themselves. They find humor in aggravating her. When they know that it bothers her, and she has not said anything. She has kept her name out of her mouth, but it's just to me, it's like a Mean Girls Club, and I just don't, when all that crap happened with Michelle and all Molly brought her crazy ass over, all that. I tried to help Michelle, but it didn't take me but just a few times to realize you can't help somebody unless they want to be helped and they realize that they have a problem. Michelle doesn't care. People that are like Michelle are very, very dangerous. They just are. People like Michelle are very dangerous. They don't care about circumstances. They don't care about consequences. They just don't care. I personally don't have anything to do with people like that because I don't want blood on my hands. And I don't want anybody to be able to say, well, Diamond Cutter was mean to her, pushed her, rode her hard. No, you ain't going to hear that because I don't want that on. I personally couldn't live with it myself, and I don't want to have that. So I chose to back away. She is batshit crazy, and she's mean. You're right. She is mean. That girl needs to be. She needs to be locked away. But it didn't take me but just a couple of times to realize that she's a liar. She don't care. She's a lot like Sloppy Molly. There's no low for her. No low. People that have no lows are very dangerous. They are very dangerous. And I don't hang with people like that. So, the truth talks about how upset she was for Zav Girl. She felt like people were trying, all these people going at Zav Girl was going to push her to do something to herself, going to push her to harm herself. But yet, her and her compadres sit back and think it's funny to push Alicia to the point to where she feels like she has to delete her channel and walk away for her own mental health, you guys. Her own mental health. She had to, you did Outlaw Trucker? She deleted her channel and walked away because it was becoming too much. And they know that, but when you get off on pushing somebody to that fucking point, you are the problem. You are the problem. You are a mean person, mean-spirited, and a mean person. I mean, I walk away all the time. I take breaks all the time from this place. This is as much support and goodness that I found out of whenever all that happened to me and all the good people that supported me. It's still, out of all the goodness I found, there's a lot of, it's just like nonstop bullshit. Oh, crap. Sorry, I'm sure she's at a store. They're probably buying school clothes, and she's probably wanting to show me something that the girls want. Show Aunt Betty Joe. So okay, let's see. So yeah, so they pushed crimes of fashion. And there's so much I can say about that, but Wendy V over there, she's just a mean girl. She's a mean girl. She hangs out with mean girls. That's just how I don't go over there. And look, it's easy for me to say, don't worry about it, Alicia, don't worry about it. But until you walk in her shoes, I can't tell her what to do. All I can do is just be there to support her. And Alicia and I used to not get along. I had no reason not to like her, and she had no reason not to like me. But because I was friends with Sloppy Molly, and she was an old friend of Sloppy Molly's, then we were kind of pitted against each other. And whenever that negativity left, then we both realized that we weren't so bad after all. So I'm grateful for the friendship that we forged. And I know deep down she's a good person, and she wants nothing but good for people. And she is funny, Pugs. She is, and she doesn't. Yeah, she gets riled up and she stands up for what's right. But she also wants to get along with people. She don't want to be mean to people. She's not mean spirited at all. And I think she's been treated very poorly myself. And I just find it hard for the truth that really doesn't have much history with Zav Girl like she does with Science Girl. That's weird too. Zav Girl and Science Girl. She has history with Science Girl, because they went back and forth. They've emailed. This ain't, said nothing new. But she was worried that all this, stuff people talking about Zap Girl was going to push her to do something. But yet you co-sign somebody doing that to Science Girl, and y'all have shared these streets and walked with, in these streets together for years now. So I don't know. That's hard for me to rectify. It's just hard for me it doesn't sit well with me. And I don't think anybody should want to push anybody to see how far, because they get off on seeing them wig out. Yeah, stay away from me. If you're like that, stay the hell away from me. I don't want you in my realm. You know what I mean? I don't roll like that. Don't want to hang out with people that do roll like that. Okay, let's see. I went through something recently and I almost deleted YouTube. And I don't have a channel, but sometimes you can do for people ask a question and watch the meme come out. Yep, I don't play this game. Me either, Queen Bella. Me either. Hey, Lurker. I was so flabbergasted with the YouTube streaks. I decided no membership, super chats. You know what, Lurker? I used to super chat a lot, but I started watching this channel, and I think it's a weird name, you guys, but the guy's from Russia, and I think it's the Valze in the Hay. I'll link that his channel in my description, because you guys, he has to put the closed caption on for a lot of the videos because of the strong. I mean, he talks. He speaks in English, but it's not the best of English. He's from Russia, and a lot of the people that he has, but it is people that are seriously, wow, will make you take stock in whatever problems you have in your life. They will slap you in the face with, wow, my life is not so bad after all. It's so sad. And they're like below poverty, the people, and he helps them. He does whatever he can. He's such a nice guy. He's married, got a son, and he's just like does good with his channel. And so that's where, I've chose to, like you said, no more memberships and stuff. I try to, give my extra money to people that appreciate it and that deserve it, that could use it. Yeah, absolutely. Ask me a question, Susan. I know that channel. That is just, yes, it is, Patty. It is. Look, Dima, the one that died, it broke my heart. And that's such a sad story, Soft White Underbelly. Love that channel. Okay. I don't know. Burnt Sticky Buns. I don't know if you have, okay. So, what is that channel? Adam 22. It's oh shoot, I can't think. It's a podcast show, kind of like oh heck, what's the name of it? Anyway, they interviewed Mark, the guy that is Soft White Underbelly. They interviewed him, and then he had Sharp. He was a pimp. Okay, so Mark interviewed. Okay, Soft White Underbelly interviewed this guy Sharp. Okay, and he was a pimp at the time, and so Anyway, I'm looking for my question. I don't want to miss that. But anyway, he interviewed him, and it was a great interview. And then, uh, so Adam interviewed Soft White Underbelly first. And anyway, Sharp was interviewed. He was a pimp, and gosh, he's a cutie too. Uh, and he, okay, hold on. Let me answer this question, and then I'll get back to Soft White. Do you support House of Williams? Okay, this is kind of complicated. uh, there's a lot that Mallory did, and I'm gonna say did because I haven't seen her, that I don't agree with. I'm not gonna say it's right or wrong, it's what she does, but it's not that I don't agree with. And I don't support things that I don't support, I don't support. Um, I was hurt by her actions, but I also knew what she was doing. Mallory and I are friends beyond this. We're friends beyond this. So yeah, I have a a spot in my heart for Mallory that you know I I I can't explain. I mean, I sincerely like Mallory for who she is in her heart that I know. There's been lots of things that's happened and lots of things that's been that I'm not cool with, but I I have to say, when that happened between she and I never shed a tear with Sloppy Molly and I. Our friendship ended. Never shed a tear, but I was sincerely like, whew, bothered, even though I knew in my heart what was going on behind, with that whole situation. Um, it still hurt. You know what I mean? It still hurt, but yeah, I want nothing but the best for Mallory. So, and I get people think that I understand people think that I talk out of both sides of my mouth, and I get that, and I'll say it is what it is. That's all I can say is it is what it is. I can't. I just love her beyond this place. You know what I mean? She and I, are friends, and we will always be friends. Um, you know, and I just know, So if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. So I don't know. That's all I can say. But let me go back to. But anyway, I hope that I know it's kind of a shitty answer, and it's kind of probably not what you wanted to hear. But see, I haven't watched your video. I don't know. Uh, yeah, about the whole money thing. I didn't watch your video, and I will say that um um Mallory makes, yeah, you either like her or you don't. Mallory makes no excuses. You know what you get. To me, there's no gray with Mallory. There's no gray area. It's either black or it's white. And I have to have a certain amount of respect for somebody that's going to be on the up and up and say, and I feel like this. To me, Mallory puts a show on. To me, Mallory is very entertaining. I think she can be very funny, hilarious. I get her. She's like there's a comedian that Taylor Salad. I can't Ron White. A lot of people don't get his humor or whatever. I find him funny. I find Mallory, and a lot of people don't, and I get that. But I find, maybe it's my sadistic freaking. I find it funny, but I feel like Mallory earns. I mean, she puts a show on, and I don't know, Susan, if you were ever around when Mallory was doing her psychic, and people were calling in, and it was freaking hilarious. I mean, that kind of stuff, I have no problem supporting. I have no problem supporting it. And when people get on here and they entertain me, and I find, you know, I find comfort, and I enjoy watching them, I have no problem supporting them and super chatting the people like that. But where I have a problem with is this, and I'm going to use Julie Bean as the example because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. She just rolled in these streets on Sloppy Molly's coattails, creates a channel when Sloppy lost hers, and you know, basically asking people for, uh, you know, been in these streets for 3 months and she's asking people for freaking, here's my cash up, here's my cash. That's not cool. First of all, she's not giving me shit to, you know what I mean? I feel like it was like taking advantage of a lot of people. And, we're all responsible for what we do with our money and who we give it to. But there's a lot of people in these streets, a lot of people that this is all the correspondence they have with other people. They are lonely. There's a lot of lonely people. There's a lot of people with medical needs that are bedridden and they are, homebound. And this is their entertainment. They find, this is their fringe. There's a lot of those and a lot of people that can't afford to give people money, but they do. And, I just have a problem with that kind of stuff. So I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but I just feel like if you're going to come and create a channel or whatever, be a creator, then that's fine, do it. But don't start expecting money when you are not even monetized through YouTube yet. When YouTube hasn't monetized you and they don't deem you worthy of collecting a super chat, then by gosh, don't come on here and drop your damn cash up and act like you deserve it because you are just Sloppy Molly's friend. And that people, don't do that. To me, that's just not cool. Does that make sense, you guys? Hey, Zero Jules. Hey, Brianna. You know what I mean? Look, to each their own. You can do whatever, she can do whatever she wants to on her channel. Everybody can do whatever they want to on their channel. It's icky to me. You know what I mean? Icky to me. I just think that, yeah, Mallory's Mallory. What you see is what you get. And her mind for satires, but she's got a brilliant mind when it comes to, I think she most definitely should be, have a show. She is, to me, she's, entitled, Queen Bella. You're right, entitled. And look, I felt like they thought that they would sit back and they watched watch Molly, how she did it. And, look, they were an example that they were taught. The example they were taught wasn't a very good one. So I would find grace and forget, you know what I mean? Okay. And I tried to really, when I talked to Jilly Bean, I did try to tell her in a way that she would understand that. Okay, sugar. All right. Hey, Susan, Georgia Peach. But she took it the wrong way. I'm just like saying, look, don't come on here and expecting that because you've got to earn it. You know what I mean? Pay your dues and at least wait till you get freaking until YouTube thinks that you're worthy of having a monetization, Christy Pro, what is the subject? Well, girl, it's been like, oh, Christ Pro. It's been all over the place. It's been a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I talked about me canning some beautiful tomatoes. We've talked about Heels in the Air. We've talked about Alicia, Science Girl. We talked about the Mean Girl Club. We've talked about it all, baby. Oh, yeah, so soft white underbelly. So anyway, this guy, Adam, I can't think of what. Oh, Jumper, I think is the name of his channel. It's on YouTube. Jumper, I think Jumper 21. Anywho, he interviewed Mark, the guy that is soft white underbelly. And Mark talked about this guy, Sharp. And Sharp was a pimp that he interviewed. And you guys, so now Sharp is, he's part of Jumper. No Jumper. That's the No Jumper. Adam 22. Yeah, he's part of that. And he interviews people now. And he's so different than when he went on. Anyway, I just find that Mark, the way he interviews people and how he, where I first was the Whitakers. I saw his coverage of the Whitakers and it drew me in. You know what I mean? I'm from the South and there's a lot of backwards people of where I was raised and still are a lot of backwards people. And that's a whole different level backwards, the Whitakers. And I was immersed with that people live like this. You know what I mean? If you've never seen it, the Whitakers, WHIT Whitakers, TKERS, I think. But man, Mark has done an exceptional job at covering that. And there's one, they're inbred family that are from Virginia, West Virginia, I think, or Virginia. I'm not sure exactly where. And let me just tell you, it's crazy to think that people still live like that. Yes, yes. Oh yes. And then Ray, there's one of the brothers, and there's brothers and sisters. There's the mom and dad are passed already. So these are all brothers and sisters, and nieces, aunts and uncles. I think there's not a whole lot, there's not no young kids. Hey Lisa V, babe, how are you? Uh, but they are okay, sugar. All right, go to my email and let's exchange numbers, please. I want to talk to you. But yeah, so the Whitakers are just like, there's this guy Ray, one of the brothers, and bless it, you guys, he sounds like a little, he can't speak. He doesn't speak. He he sounds like a little chihuahua, like he barks almost. It's crazy. They understand him. Oh yeah, they're tripping to Walmart. The watermelon and the belt for Ray. Oh my gosh, I loved it, loved it, loved it. I like Mark's videos too. And so Lisa V, have you ever seen the interview where Sharp interviews Mark? Man, Mark broke down and started crying. He talked about his ex-wife, and he talked about falling in love with one of the prostitutes. Girl, if you haven't seen it, it is something to see. I enjoyed that so much. So Sharp is on No Jumper, and he interviewed Mark after Mark interviewed him, and you could just tell, man, they had a bond. But so Sharp, and gosh, he is so handsome. He lives in Vegas, and he's a pimp, baby. Could pimp me. I'm kidding. Could pimp me. I'm kidding. But he is so. I just think he's so damn handsome. But he like went there with Mark, and Mark talked about having feelings for one of the hookers or prostitutes that he interviewed. Very, very enlightening. It was very good. So you have to, if you hadn't caught it. I mean, catch it. Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for coming in. I got to go get a tag for my car. Uh, $300, but that's better than it was when I got it last year. Yes, Patty, it's good. Yes, No Jumper. That's the channel. And look for the Mark. I can't think of his last name, but you'll see him. And he's a good looking guy too. Man, he's good looking. And what a so his his office is on Skid Row. He has a office where he interviews people right there on Skid Row. He gets down and dirty, and he pays people to do these interviews. And man, what a what a guy he is. You know what I mean? What a mind he's got to ask the questions that he asks, and to uh, pull in the people that he pulls in. It's very interesting. I love stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you what else you guys, hey Jen, I've been on this. I love watching these reaction to. Okay, so usually they're voice coaches or people with some musical history, and they react to videos like "Save Me" by Jelly Roll. Love those. There's this one guy. Okay, he is a psychiatrist, and he's bald headed. And when he reacted to Eminem and Rihanna lie or whatever that, when he reacted to that, it was the first time. Hey, Hopes Echo, babe, how are you? Oh, I love Ray Ray too, Hopes. He when he reacted to that, I thought I was going to die. It was hilarious. So he takes his head, he just starts like rocking out, and it's so like, I was like, what? You would not expect him to, just by looking, you would not expect him to be like a rocker, but he is a rocker. It's like, so I've enjoyed just watching him react to songs and stuff. You know what I mean? But I love watching those people reacting to songs, especially like feel good songs that I like to listen to. And that Saved Me by Jelly Roll. Let me just tell you, that boy, wow, wow, wow. That's just a beautiful song. Oh, Lisa, yeah, he interviewed him. Yeah, it was very interesting to see. Hippoporium, what up, babe? Oh, blackberry jam. Yeah, let me tell you, we had my brother. Uh, we had these huge fig trees that I don't know how long they've been planted, but those things were loaded every year. There were several older people in the community that liked figs, and I would pick them a 5-gallon bucket and take to them. I mean, these trees were loaded. There were two of them. Well, my brother and his wife bought themselves a big old mobile home and moved it on the property there. And anyway, they just happened to put it behind the. Uh, you can drop your link. I don't have no problem with that. And what time is it? If anybody wants to come up, I've got a few more minutes. But anyway, he pulled the damn fig trees up. His wife didn't like them being in front of their home, and they weren't right in front. But when we found out that he pulled those damn fig trees up, I don't know if those could have been transplanted or whatever. If it, I mean, they were big. I'm not kidding you. We were devastated. Like it. I love me some fig preserves. My sister in Florida, she loves she does fancy stuff with the figs. You know what I mean? She like does figs and cheese. I don't like figs like that. The only way I like them is preserved, and I like to make strawberry jam out of them. But I couldn't believe he did that. So anywho, this I would normally be putting up figs, but we don't have any damn trees anymore. I could not believe that blueberry bushes and fig trees he pulled up. We didn't know until like several months later. Couldn't believe he did that shit. If you're listening to this, little brother, I could still kick you square in the ass when I think about that. Oh, but I love me. I love that kind of stuff. I've had, one of my biggest scars on me are from canning figs. Okay, let's see. I do too, Lisa. I love his voice too. I do too. So anyway, I talked about. Oh no, so okay, got confused on diamond part. Sorry, but trying to get right streams, Jen. Jen, I'm sorry. I'm probably very confusing. I try not to be, but so I just hope that you know this works out, and you know it it works out for the best. You know what I mean? Well, girl, come on down, because like life's too short. Yeah. Well, my mother-in-law told me yesterday that she thinks somebody that she goes to church with, they have some figs. I said, well, let me know. I'll go pick them. Look, these trees were so big that my brother would have to raise me in his front end loader to pick some of the figs that were so big. The trees were that big. I couldn't get to them with a ladder. He would have to raise me up. And there was people that would come out all the time. I teased my mom after my dad died. We were, man, I had picked some, and you've got to like process them. When you pick figs, you got to process them. You can't, they'll sour. So I had picked figs, and we were doing strawberry. Now my mom, bless it, when she could see, she would peel the figs to make strawberry jam. Not this old girl. Not this. I'm not gonna peel a damn fig. That's tedious. Wash them real good and all that, and kind of like, hey, Paige Davis, how are you, babe? But I would like make mine like different than my mom. But anyway, we would. I know I miss her too. I miss her too. I chatted with her via text before I come live, but it's just crazy, how the truth called her out for contacting Landon's mom. I mean, Gannon's mom. But yet, Laura publicly said yesterday that she reached out to the Jenkins. I think it was the Jenkins. I was before my time as far as the true crime goes, but whoever the autopsy pictures were for that Hills they're saying revealed, that one, she reached out to them, and a lot of people, other people have reached out to other. You know what I mean? I just know that I think that Alicia, right, Patty, right? I think Alicia had the best of intentions, and uh, her reaching out was from a good place, and absolutely not from anything bad. And I get both sides. There was nothing that the mom could have done about it, but I would have wanted to know. You know what I mean? Having said that, so um, I remember Maria was Maria in your name before. Thank you for and appreciate you being here. I do. Yes, you can email me. It's barnyardhard at Gmail. Brittany, barnyardhard at Gmail. I used to be barnyard, but uh every time people would try to type it would pull up the movie Barnyard, and So anyway, my let me see what arm. Yeah, my husband nicknamed me. That oh, it's this one. Where is it? Oh yeah, right there. Diamond cutter. Whenever we were dating, so that's what I named reading my channel. So, uh, but thank you for coming in. Uh, yeah, she does have a huge heart. She does, and she, means well. She absolutely means well. And I'm gonna tell you, the bitch can make some candles. Let me show y'all. Oh, I got something here. I could have whooped my husband's butt because he dropped it. What did I do with that candle? Hold on, show you guys something. Go get something. Now, she's not doing the candles anymore, but just saying. But let me just tell you, she makes some hell of a bath bombs. Oh my God. Love those bath bombs. This was the first candle that she made for me. It's a cross. And I mean, that sucker had 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks in it. So big. And it's a great dough bowl for stuff, afterwards. But I got, well, I had ordered a couple more, but I gave them for gifts. But this one here, I freaking, it's so heavy, you guys. I love, look at this, how pretty it is. Let me turn it around. I mean, Alicia is very, very talented and crafty. And this thing is heavy. But so when we were, it wasn't this last time, it was, I guess, 4th of July. We were getting ready to come home. And whenever I go longer than a couple of days and my husband comes, I have to take my cat because, I don't want missing me and me missing them. So anyway, it's an ordeal. You know what I mean? You can imagine traveling with cats. But uh, anyway, I had pulled up to my mom's. My husband pulled. We go in separate vehicles, so because I usually go before him. Anywho, I pulled up my mom's to tell her bye, and when I got out, I shut my door, and my cats were not in their carrier, and my cat locked the damn door. And I had just paid like $50 the day before because I locked my keys in the car at the grocery store, and I didn't call a locksmith. Somebody there was able to get me in it, but I felt like I needed to tip them. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, so the damn cat locked my car, and it was running with my cats in it. And I thought, oh my gosh. So Mark pulls up, and I said, "You're not gonna believe this. I didn't do it. The cat did it." Anyway, when he opened his passenger door to see if he had something, he had packed a box for me, and this candle was in it. And look, oh, let me find it. The corner. Oh, look. But I have some chalk paint this color. I think I'm gonna touch it up. I had actually ordered this for Gingerlocks mom. You guys, she's been having it. So please say a prayer for her and say a prayer for my K Smallz. She had surgery today, and also Marsha Whitesharkie has been in the hospital in ICU. She had a heart thing. They went to do a heart procedure. I can't remember the name, but they ended up having to do another procedure, and that was going to require being in the hospital for a couple of weeks. And she was in intensive care whenever I spoke to her, but she has to heal from that before they can do what they need to do. So for sure, keep her in your prayers. She had actually made the comment that her husband, Mr. Jack, needed a name and number of a person that he could get in touch with on YouTube in case something happened. And I said, and she wanted me to know that, if she was going to give him my name. And I said, Marsha Whitesharkie, do not talk like that. I don't want to hear that. Absolutely. I have no problem with that, but don't even talk like that. Don't even put that out in the universe because there is nothing going to happen. That is a sweet lady. So you guys keep Gingerlocks and K Smallz and Marsha Whitesharkie in your prayers. 3 good ladies that are going through some medical things right now. Yeah, she's been through it. My niece has that, what she's got, paresis or gastro, whatever it's called. And I hope that, I told my niece, I said, you need to talk to Gingerlocks mom because uh, she has been going through it. Thank you, Hope Echo. Thank you. Some good people we need to like raise up in prayer. But yeah, so anyway, at least you can make some damn candles. But her bath bombs are the bomb.com too. The last one I used was a couple days ago, and oh my gosh, I was going to tell her blueberry. It had blueberry and mint, and it felt so. Man, my skin was so soft when I got out of that tub. I love me a good bath bomb. Yeah, gastro paresis. Yes, that's it. But so anyway, yeah. Gingerlocks is home now, but she's went through it. She did a live yesterday. You guys should go look about how she's been through it. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hopes that go about your cat. Oh, I love my little kittens. I'm gonna tell you, my cats, they're not kittens, but I love them. Hey, sister woman, how are you, babe? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. I know, Betty. I know. I know it. It never fails. If I go live, I'm on yawn. If I get in church, I'm on yawn. See? Oh. Well, I didn't get much sleep last night. My niece come and spent the night with us, and we did the tomatoes. So I got my husband off, and she come in there. She's like, "Are you sleeping?" I said, "No, I'm not sleeping. I'm thinking I could. I was fixing to go back to sleep, but I ended up getting up with her. But hell, we can sleep when we're dead, right?" Oh, there she is. There she is. There's my Gingerlocks. How are you feeling, sugar? I hope you're feeling okay. Were you in here? Did you see? You're happy I got you. I've just got to touch it up because Mark chipped it. He chipped it. Mm. I was going to show you guys something else. I thought about earlier. I wanted to share with you guys. What was it? Can't remember. How old was your cat, Hopes? Like, okay, so I got my tomcat, my red cat. He looks like Garfield. I got him from my mom. He was a stray, and I don't know how long cats live. Like I know dog years and all that, but I don't know how long cats generally live. Do they? I know they got 9 lives, but how old was your cat? And did you have him from a kitten? But yeah, I had told my mom I said, she said, "Why do you bring him?" And I said, "Because I feel like he's gonna be sad." Oh, thank you. It's kind of dirty. I love me some dry shampoo. I don't know if you guys use that or not. I love me some dry shampoo. Yes, I'm going to support her also because like I said, when you know better, you do better. You know what I mean? And I think she's a good person and she means well. And a lot of people they do the YouTube. I mean the Facebook lives. I've never done one. Don't So, but I know she does that, and you do too as well, Gina. Oh, Patty, you must have yawned. Okay, well, I guess I will close shop up, and I need to go change some clothes and finish my canning. I had to run the store and go to a couple appointments this morning, and then I'm going to get something started for dinner. I get so tired, you guys, of trying to come up with something. And my husband's so good about not. I mean, hey, Stardust. He's so good about whatever. He's like easy, whatever. But I feel bad. You know what I mean? I put a lot of stuff. So anyway, as hot as it is, he loves his soup. And so I'm going to make a vegetable soup, I think. But I know, Patty, right? Oh, the stuff I've been getting Miss Page is let me see what it is. It smells good. It says not your mother's in this one moment, and I don't know if it's. Let me see. A hint of blonde tinted powder. So that's what I use. I just love the way it smells too. And I think there's a lot of it's I don't know if it's all tinted, but um, I think it's tinted. It gives you some volume, you know what I mean? But anyway, thank you guys for coming in here and hanging out with me. I've been going to go live, and I didn't put my 2 cents in on the Zav situation. I felt like that dead horse was beat every which way it could be. And I mean, I had my opinions for show, just like we all did, but not enough to voice it. So, you know, but this affected me, with Hill. I mean, I just hope it works out. You know what I mean? Hoping for the best. That's all we can do. Ball's in her court, right? Ball's in her court. But anywho, thanks for coming in. Hey, the good Nanya. How are you, babe? I just want you to know you have my heart. When you were speaking on earlier, I watched your live that you did, and I echo your sentiments completely. Um, we have to stand, or I do. I have to stand for what's right and what's wrong. What's not right is right and wrong's wrong. And I have a line. I think if you don't have a line, people that don't have lines to draw in the sand, if you're that person that you don't have a line, then to me you're spineless. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. But I have a line that I draw, and you know, expectations of what I want in a friend and acquaintances or people that I coexist with. And I think that we all thought that it was different. She was different, and look, if it's not what it is, then clear it up and show us that we're wrong, that what we're seeing is not what we're seeing, you know. So, but you've got to before we can forgive, you have to ask for forgiveness, right? Repentance, and like I said, if she would just stand in it, no matter how bad it stinks, stand in it, marinate in it, it could have been handled a lot differently. Let me just say that it could have been handled a lot differently, especially if she knew it was coming down the drain. She's had plenty of time to get ahead of this, and to and just look at the grace that she was given from the creators and the people that heard about it but chose not to believe it. I mean, she was given a hell of a lot more grace than what a lot of people was given. So anyway, all right, you guys, love you all. Thanks for coming in, and I will see you guys in the streets. Diamond Cutter out. Bye, guys. Oops.